The entire idea of this ritual sacrifice is to unite the Israeli population. And what's extremely disturbing and horrifying about it is that this works.
Did you ever wonder why Israel, which was claiming up until very recently that it is the only democracy in the Middle East, that it is surrounded by hostile neighbors, and that it is a safe haven for the persecuted Jews from all over the world? In short, it was projecting itself as a peace-loving nation that is in line with international law, suddenly became the center of all hate and protests of the world? Did you ever think about why Israel, which knows that in today's day and age, their crimes won't remain hidden because of the internet, is still letting the Gazans and West Bank get access to the internet and mobile phones while it easily can deny them that? Why is that? A Chinese professor, Zhang Shuiqin, carefully studied the patterns of the Israelis and their books, and connected dots with the present-day execution that the neighboring countries of Israel is facing. And surprisingly, he got such secret knowledge about Israel, which none could understand about Israel. Let's take a short look into what he has to say about the actions of Israel that are going to blow everyone's mind.
So the first question I have for you is, what is happening in Israel? Right now, as you know, Israel is besieging, bombarding Gaza. You might have seen the videos on social media. It is disturbing. It is terrible what is happening. The word that is happening, the word that we use for what is happening in Gaza is this word. You are not allowed to say this word on YouTube, but that is the intention. What I will argue, though, is that the truth is far more disturbing than this. What is really happening in Gaza is a ritual sacrifice. And this happens quite often in human history.
What did the professor say? That Israel is not doing what everyone thinks that it is doing. It is actually doing a ritual in the Middle East, a ritual that is not limited to a certain specific confined area, but whose area is the whole Middle Eastern region. And why, even though being slammed for children dying because of being attacked, or because of malnutrition, or getting their limbs amputated, does Israel not seem to care even a little bit about them? For this too, the professor has a really depressing answer.
And remember, okay, what the Israelis are doing is quite horrific because it is really this sort of sacrifice. Why? Because 47%, almost half of the population of Gaza is under 18 years old. So the majority of people who are getting killed are in fact children.
They aren't dying as collateral damage. They are dying because they are part of the ritual. But why is this ritual being carried out so openly? Why hasn't Israel provided the Gazans with basic necessities like food, water, baby formula, and electricity, while still allowing access to mobile phones and the internet? Why is that? Let's hear the professor's explanation regarding this.
What is most striking or blatant about what's happening in Gaza is that we can all see it for ourselves. And it's almost as though the Israelis want us to see it and want us to hate them. Right? You can see all over the world, popular opinion is turning against Israel. You have these popular protests all around the world protesting what is happening in Palestine. If they really want to do this, right, there are actually much more effective ways of doing this. For example, you could just poison their water. Or you could poison the air so that everyone in Gaza gets a fast cancer, right? We have the technology to do this. So Israel could do it this secretly and no one would talk about it. And in 20 years' time, 30 years' time, the population of Gaza would all be gone. It would be a very secret, right? Instead, they choose to do this in front of the world. And my argument to you is that this is intentional. They want the world to hate them. Because by doing this, they create the ultimate taboo, right? We find this disgusting and contemptuous, so the entire world will unite against Israel. But guess what? That's what their religion wants. In the extreme form of Jewish eschatology, or their religion, they believe that at the end of the world, Israel will fight the entire world and God will help Israel triumph in the end.
Now, everything makes sense. Israel is carrying out a ritual, and it wants it to be witnessed by everyone in every corner of the world. Why? So that at one point in time, Israel gets completely isolated and the rest of the world becomes against it. This is the plan that's being implemented right now. According to their plan, they want the whole world on one side and themselves on the other. When this occurs, their Messiah, the Antichrist, will descend to save them from the world. Isn't this what is happening right now? Israel wants a united Israel, but wants a broken world. It wants everyone to be a witness to its atrocities. It wants the protests to take place. And it will not stop with the ICJ arrest warrants, UN sanctions, or ceasefire proposal. It will not rest until their Messiah descends to earth. This is all according to the analysis of Professor Zhang Suiqin. Based on his deep research and findings, we hope that he is wrong. But if we really ponder over his words, all of it seems to be dangerously true.
So what's really happening in Gaza is that there are extremists within the Israel government who want to accelerate the process of the end of the world, where Israel will face the world. And if you think about it, the entire idea of this ritual sacrifice is to unite the Israeli population. And what's extremely disturbing and horrifying about it is that this works.
That's all for today. If you found the video informative, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazakum Allahu khairan.